question. Sir, I'm from Hyderabad, my name is Suman. So I have two questions, but before that, so we from South India watch very less Hindi movies. So there's a great movie last year, it's called Fate. It's called Fate.
12th fail.
12th fail.
12th fail.
12th Fate. So it's a great movie. So उसका वो hero आपके जैसे दिखते हैं. So it's a great inspiration story. So the man from very low range, he became a DSP police officer. So I wish some director should take the story and make more. Sir, I have two questions. The first is, we as a beginners to take some demotivation in the market or the way we are doing the business. So how do we handle? So how do you used to handle in the earlier days? And the second question is, if not Oyo, what is your second thought? Yeah.
Suman, you have a very long list of questions, but very good to hear from you. Actually, before I answer your question, after I answer your question, I'll tell you a personal story also. But I'll come back to it. 12th Fail you started with. So 12th Fail is a movie I'm in absolute love. I've watched it twice. How many of you watched 12th Fail movie? Everybody. How many of you watched it before it was released? I watched it before it was released. So the movie's director, Bizgurukul Se, who's also the director of 3 Idiots. He invited me to watch the movie before it was released. He said we'll have a chat together, but before we chat, you should watch the movie. Now, I had only seen the what do they call it? Movie के पहले क्या? Trailer. That was the trailer. The trailer in experience was not very. Like it was like a feeling that you see after the movie and before the movie the trailer. Zameen Asman ka, it's huge difference. So I watched the movie and constantly cried. I was constantly crying because if you come from a small town, you can relate that when you're in a train there, from there, everybody around you is leaving town to go to a slightly bigger town in search of opportunity. I was one of it one day, and I knew that I could not come back until I had done something because your family expected that you will do something when you're doing it. So I could relate with each part. So I think it's a great movie, and I think the restart in it is something that I feel is relatable for all of us. When something a restart is a great. I feel all this work used to be the last one because every day when you're building a business, you have some big issues. Now I think restart is a new one. That's but I will not agree to the comparison with Vikrant. I think Vikrant is a star for excellence and is an exception. To your question, on the first one, the second one was if not Oyo, then what would you do? And the first one was what was it? Demotivation. So there are many kinds of demotivation. आप लोग सब न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते होंगे कि एडटेक में देयर चैलेंजेस. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू रीड न्यूज़पेपर्स के एडटेक में चैलेंज है? I also have read that travel industry had challenge during COVID. But I feel it was the best decision that I stuck along because at that time many players left the market and we were able to capture all their share. In the same way, there will be many kinds of demotivation. Sometimes about the sector, sometimes about some client who's unhappy, sometimes about some business issue, some cash issue. Many issues can happen. It's important to look at the bigger picture of this, which I go back to saying the 3 things. First, do you believe that your dream has become smaller? I don't think so. Do you believe that your ability and interest to learn has reduced? I don't think so. Third, do you believe that you will make people successful if you work closely with them? Of course. If those 3 things are the same, then of course some days will be high, some days like stock market. If you assume your stock success basis everyday stock market, some days you'll feel like you're the top of the earth and some days you'll feel like you're terrible. But you have to keep your calm, you have to keep your consistency, come back every day to office and do a better job. So, yesterday, Hyderabad did a great job at the IPL game. Doesn't mean that Mumbai team is terrible. They have to just take it as in their chin and say that it was a bad day. It will come back next day and it will do better. Now it's a different question whether the capital should be the same. But demotivation for many reasons. But there are 3 reasons to motivate you. One, you should always ask yourself, why did I start? If the reason of starting is the same, you will 100% be successful. That's one. Second, I'll tell you what I do. I think that beauty has many limits. I also have 5-6 people who motivate me a lot. I don't watch their videos. So there is an iconic Steve Jobs video where he launches his Imagine campaign. I go back and look at it every time and I'm disappointed. I look at the enthusiasm the guy has. And someday he's going to be fired for his own company after that. And then he will come back. He can have so much excitement. I have so much resources, so much opportunity, hopefully not getting fired. So, like, the word is my voice. So why am I getting disappointed? Second thing, if not going, what is the other thing I would do? Look, I have thought a lot about it. I am so truly, madly in love with the travel industry that I would have done something else in travel. I love this industry. It's so exciting. But AI is the other thing which I feel is a very exciting opportunity. And through OYO, maybe we will do something in AI. But I think AI is, in my view, possibly the next gold rush. So it's a big opportunity.
Thank you.